This meeting of the Littleton Licensing Authority will come to order. City Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Authority Member Bradish.
Present.
Authority Member Gunya.
Here.
Authority Member Cole.
Here.
Authority Member Mather. Here. Authority Member Odell. Authority Member Gallagher.
I'm here. We have a quorum. Mr. Gallagher will be voting tonight. Next item of business is approval of the agenda of our last meeting. Anyone have questions or comments on the minutes?
The agenda, Bill.
The agenda. Sorry.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Approval of the minutes from our previous meeting. I have one question. On page 7 of the minutes, the top line, the sentence says the council agreed that there is a clear violation and that the licensee, yada, yada, yada. The word council, shouldn't that be authority?
You are correct. I'll make that change.
Any other changes?
I'll move that we approve the minutes as corrected.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item of business, item 5A. Hearing of liquor licenses for Aspen Grove 0122 LAC doing business as Fresh Nail Wax and Dry Bar, 7301 South Santa Fe Drive.
Mr. Chairman, I'd ask that we go ahead and handle 5A and 5B together, if that's okay with you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Is it okay if I cover 5A and 5B together?
I don't see a problem with that. They're both very similar.
May I proceed?
Do you have a statement to make?
I do. So the issue before the licensing authority is whether to schedule the renewal applications for Aspen Grove 0122 LLC doing business as Fresh Nail Wax and Dry Bar, and Platte River Bar and Grill Inc. doing business as Platte River Bar and Grill for a public hearing for their renewal. Routine liquor license renewals generally are handled administratively under Section 3216 of the City Code. That section states that the chairperson of the authority is authorized to grant renewals so long as no information regarding alleged violations of the Colorado Liquor and Beer Codes or Amendment 20 of the Colorado Constitution or violations of this code have been referred to him or her by the police department or otherwise. And you'll remember that we've revised the Liquor Licensing Authority guidelines, and Section 3B now states that if the Littleton Police Department renewal report or any other information obtained from other city departments indicates to the city attorney probable cause to believe there is good cause to refuse to renew, the city attorney has discretion to place the renewal application on the agenda. The issue before the licensing authority shall be whether to schedule the renewal application for a public hearing. The licensing authority shall be provided with the renewal application, renewal report, and any other information upon which the city attorney based his decision to place the renewal application on the agenda. No testimony shall be taken, and the licensing authority shall base its decision solely upon such information provided. If the licensing authority decides to schedule the renewal application for a public hearing, the application shall be scheduled for the next available public hearing date, following notice as required by Colorado statute. The chairperson shall be authorized to proceed with approving any renewal application not scheduled for a public hearing by the licensing authority. So tonight I've placed 2 applications on the agenda for the following reasons. Aspen Grove 0122 LLC for a tax lien, and if you'll look at the renewal report, the report from Cindy Mitchell indicates a tax lien in the amount of $1,699,748, the lien holder being Internal Revenue Service, and a state tax lien in the amount of $11,539, the lien holder being the state of California. And then Platte River Bar and Grill was placed on for the police reports, which are attached in the renewal report, a summary of those. I can go through the legal opinion if you'd like, or I can just give you my conclusion and recommendations. Do you have a preference, Mr. Chairman?
It'd be fine hearing the conclusion.
Staff recommends that the authority not schedule the renewal applications for Aspen Grove 0122 LLC, doing business as Fresh Nail Wax and Dry Bar and Platte River Bar and Grill, doing business as Platte River Bar and Grill, for a public hearing, and authorize the chairman of the authority to approve the renewal applications in accordance with the Municipal Code 3-2-16. There were 3 exhibits that needed to be admitted. Exhibit A, proof of notice to applicant. Exhibit B, the renewal application. And Exhibit C, the report from the Littleton Police Department, the background check.
I'll move we enter exhibits A through C.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Mr. Chairman, I had a question on the memo for Aspen Grove 0122 LLC. From the Littleton Police Department, is this the first time I've ever seen a lien from the IRS? And I'm wondering, is there anything different that, has your process changed, or is this just the only time we've ever seen this?
Occasionally these things come up through a database that we use called Accurant, and that is totally dependent on what is entered in by the provider of that information.
Okay.
I've been doing this for about a year. I also have not seen one of those come up. I have seen like bankruptcy type things come up, so I can't say whether that's usual or unusual. I just know that it did show up in this particular case.
Okay.
Based on the information that we have on these two establishments, I don't have any issues with renewing their license.
Why would you say having 3 liens is not a reflection on good moral character?
I don't think there's enough information that we have that you would make a judgment about that.
So should we be
It
asking,
seems on the surface to be bad to have a $1.7 million lien from the Internal Revenue Service.
so should we be asking for more information and schedule this for a hearing?
We probably should, because my concern about this is the size of these liens against the owner of this business can affect the future financial health of the local business also.
Are they up to date on their current taxes in the city of Littleton and the state of Colorado?
Yes.
I agree. I think we need more information. And I have some concerns about it, too.
Which means we should schedule this one for a hearing, I believe.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. I think we need to separate these two. And do you want to make a motion that we do a hearing on Fresh Nail Wax and Dry Bar?
Well,
First, I have a question for the city. Do we need to make a motion to separate the two, since we put the two together?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I don't have a problem with the fresh nail wax and their IRS lien.
I would just like to know what the status is if she's working out a payment plan or if there's something else going on. Not that I want to deny a license, but I just think we need more information.
I think we all agree with that.
Well, let's have I move the renewal application for, what is it, Fresh Nails?
Aspen Grove 0122, right here.
Now, I want to go ahead and make a motion that we approve the Platte River Bar and Grill.
Let's do this one at a time, Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to approve the Platte River Bar and Grill.
Let's do Fresh Nails and Wax first, and then do Platte River.
You want to do the Aspen Grove first?
Let's go ahead and do the Aspen Grove first. Let's make a motion that we schedule a hearing on their renewal, and then we'll go to Platte River because we may want to have a discussion on that. So I make a motion that we have a hearing in the month of December on the matter of Aspen Grove DBA Fresh Nail Wax Dry and Bar renewal.
Second.
Poll the authority, please.
Authority Member Bradish?
Yes.
Authority Member Gunya?
Yes.
Authority Member Mather?
No.
Authority Member Cole?
Yes.
Authority Member Gallagher?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Now the matter of River Bar and Grill Incorporated doing business as Platte River Bar and Grill renewal report. I think we have the staff suggestion on that.
I see no reason not to administratively approve it.
I agree.
I don't either. I think that they did a good job. This one guy came in drunk, and they didn't serve him, and it's not their fault he walked out in the middle of Santa Fe. Another guy was disruptive, and they called the police, and they worked that out. Even though he was transported detox, he was a .162, which isn't overly imbibed, in my estimation.
I read through the same cases, and it seems to me the licensee did everything they were supposed to do. A lot of these were things beyond their control, but the officers responded on reports of disturbances and so forth, which I assume came from the establishment, which means they did what they had to do. There's no indication of a liquor violation, so I would make the motion that the renewal application for Platte River Bar and Grill Incorporated doing business as Platte River Bar and Grill be approved administratively by the chairman of the authority without the need of a public hearing thereon.
Second.
Hold the authority, please.
Authority Member Bradish?
Yes.
Authority Member Gunya?
Yes.
Authority Member Cole?
Yes.
Authority Member Mather?
Yes.
Authority Member Gallagher?
Yes.
Motion carried. Next item of business is item 9A, findings of probable cause and scheduling of show cards for liquor violations for Tavern Littleton, 2589 West Main Street. City Attorney have anything to...
Yes, the issue before the licensing authority is whether there's probable cause to believe that Tavern Littleton, Inc., doing business as Tavern Littleton, violated the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code and should be scheduled for a public hearing to show cause, if any, why its license should not be suspended or revoked. This matter comes to the authority as a possible violation of the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code by the licensee following the citation for an incident occurring on September 28, 2012 at approximately 1 a.m. concerning the licensee's manager and 3 bartenders for violation of the Littleton City Code, Section 3-2-10 and 3-2-11. The Possible violations of the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code include Littleton City Code 3-2-10F, sale to intoxicated persons, Littleton City Code 3-2-11A2, conduct in establishments, Colorado Revised Statute 1247-901, and Regulation 47-900. Case reports, Littleton Police Department case reports 2012-005305, 2012-005335, 2012-005307, and 2012-005304 are attached. Section 3C of the Licensing Authority guidelines state that the authority must consider the probable cause evidence presented by the license coordinating officer, and based on the totality of the circumstances, the authority must find that there is a reasonable belief a violation has occurred based upon reliable information. Probable cause does not require sufficient evidence to show that a violation occurred. That is the purpose of the show cause hearing. In the probable cause hearing, the authority consider things such as direct observations and information of the police officers, information provided by witnesses, and contradictory, incriminating, or evasive information of the licensee or its employees, and whether a citation for a criminal charge was made, and the evidence in support of such charge is not necessary for the charging officers to directly testify to the evidence. It is sufficient if such information is provided by the coordinating officer if she acts upon information with the arresting officers. Staff recommends that the authority find that probable cause exists sufficient to set the matter for a show cause hearing. The show cause hearing should be set in January 9, 2013 hearing date, to allow for a preliminary hearing to be held in December 12, 2012 hearing date in accordance with the licensing authority guidelines. Let's see. There are 3 exhibits that I would ask that you place into the record. Exhibit A, proof of notice to applicant. Exhibit B, the authority communication. Exhibit C, the Littleton Police Reports 5335, 5304, 5305, and 5307.
I'll move we submit Exhibits A through C into the record.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Discussion?
Yeah, looking at this, it appears that they pretty much had the perfect storm on that one particular early morning. My concern is, what are they going to do to control an event like that if it happens again? Because everything, I mean, according to what I can discern from the police reports, it was completely out of control there. There were 5 fights, and the police could only handle 3 of them because they didn't have enough staff. They had the whole graveyard shifted at the tavern at the time. That causes some concern. I think that some of these incidents here, this one report, these 2 guys, I don't care if they were in a church, they'd be at each other's throat. But the other 2 incidents do concern me.
I agree.
My concern is that in this case, there was at least 1 citation issued for a liquor violation. And also, Officer Carlson mentioned that the next day, or later that day, during the day, he attempted to serve citations for serving a visibly intoxicated person and also for conduct in establishments. It hasn't been made clear, did he issue those citations?
About 4 different instances.
Page 6, case number 5335? Yes.
Yes, sir, it says here in his last supplement on page 8 of 8,
Okay.
that on October 5th, Officer Carlson did make that citation.
The citation was for conduct in establishments though, right? And not over-serving?
Correct.
Sorry, I don't have a copy of the citation itself.
Okay. We may need to have that at the next, at the show cause hearing or preliminary hearing. I had some concern too, a question, actually not a concern, but in one of these, the manager was asked for the videos from that incident, and they couldn't provide it at the time. I was wondering if they ever did provide it. I don't remember. Give me a second. Yes, it was 5304 on page 8 in the third paragraph, the end of the third paragraph. No, okay. I couldn't, that's why I asked.
There is no supplement here that I can see that addresses that.
Could you check on it? Okay, thank you.
I agree with the initial comment that this seems to be a situation that got totally out of control, and that we need more information to find out what action will be taken to ensure another such situation doesn't happen. The various reports we have would indicate that some of the people, at least, were over the legal limit, and I think it's clear that we need to have a hearing on this to dig deeper and find out what happened and how to hopefully prevent it in the future.
Yeah, solve the problem, yeah.
I agree. I'd like more information. So I'm going to make a motion. I move to find that there is probable cause to believe the Tavern Littleton Incorporated, doing business as Tavern Littleton, 2589 West Main Street, Littleton, Colorado, did violate the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code. Based on these findings, I move that a public hearing be set for the 9th day of January 2013 for the purpose of considering the status of their hotel and restaurant liquor license, wherein the above-mentioned licensee may be present to show cause, if any, why its license should not be suspended or revoked, and further that notice of these findings and the hearing to show cause shall be forwarded and served to Tavern Littleton Incorporated, doing business as Tavern Littleton. In accordance with the provisions of state law, I move that a preliminary hearing, if necessary, be set for the 12th day of December 2012 for the purpose of considering a possible stipulation, if any, between the licensee and the city of Littleton.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
No, not for me.
Please poll the authority.
Authority Member Bradish?
Yes.
Authority Member Gunya?
Yes.
Authority Member Mather?
Yes.
Authority Member Cole?
Yes.
Authority Member Gallagher?
Yes.
Motion carried. So the preliminary hearing will be the December meeting.
Yes.
Okay, and then if necessary, the show cause will be the January meeting.
Yes.
Just so everyone understands. Next item of business, item 9A, Ned Kelly's Irish Pub, 5686 South Sycamore Street.
Okay, just to clarify, it's agenda number 9B. The issue is whether there's probable cause to believe that Ned Kelly, Inc., doing business as Ned Kelly's Irish Pub, violated the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code and should be scheduled for a public hearing to show cause, if any, why its license should not be suspended or revoked. This matter comes to the authority as a possible violation of the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code by the licensee following the citation on September 29, 2012, at approximately 12:30 a.m. of licensee's manager for violation of the Littleton City Code 3-2-10 and 3-2-11. Possible violations of the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code include Littleton City Code 3-2-10F, sale to intoxicated persons, Littleton City Code 3-2-11A2, conduct in establishments, Colorado Revised Statute 1247-901, and Regulation 47-900. Section 3C of the Licensing Authority, Police Report, Littleton Police Report 2012-00523 is attached. Section 3C of the Licensing Authority Guidelines states that the authority must consider the probable cause evidence presented by the license coordinating officer, and based on the totality of the circumstances, the authority must find there is a reasonable belief a violation has occurred based upon reliable information. Staff recommends that the authority find that probable cause exists sufficient to set the matter for a show cause hearing. The show cause hearing should be set in January to allow for a preliminary hearing to be held in December in accordance with the licensing authority guidelines. There are 3 exhibits that I would ask be made a part of the record. Exhibit A, proof of notice to applicant. Exhibit B, the authority communication. And Exhibit C, Littleton Police Report 5323.
Do we have a motion to approve the exhibits?
I move that we approve exhibits, was it A through C?
Yes.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Comments, discussion, questions?
Discussion on this, the report says that they were cited for failing to report a bar incident, and I think that's really the only thing that we have to really deal with on this.
I think that's the only thing we're looking for in a situation like this. Anyone else? Entertain a motion.
Let me find it and I'll read it.
I move to find out there is probable cause to believe that Ned Kelly Incorporated doing business at Ned Kelly's Irish Pub, 5686 South Sycamore Street, Littleton, Colorado, on September 29, 2012, at approximately 12:30 a.m. did violate the Colorado Liquor Code and Littleton City Code. Based on said findings, I move that a public hearing be set for the 9th day of January 2013 for the purpose of considering the status of said tavern license, wherein the above-mentioned licensee may be present to show cause, if any, why its license should not be suspended or revoked, and further that the notice of these findings and the hearing to show cause shall be forwarded and served to Ned Kelly Incorporated doing business as Ned Kelly's Irish Pub in accordance with the provisions of state law. I move that a preliminary hearing, if necessary, be set for the 12th day of December 2012 for the purpose of considering a possible stipulation, if any, between the licensee and the city of Littleton.
I second.
Please poll the authority.
Authority Member Bradish?
Yes.
Authority Member Gunya?
Yes.
Authority Member Mather?
Yes.
Authority Member Cole?
Yes.
Authority Member Gallagher?
Yes. I'd also like to suggest to the authority members that we keep the police reports from this meeting rather than have to kill some more trees and cost some more mail and more work for our city clerk's office.
Very good suggestion, because they will be duplicates.
They're 10 pages long, yeah.
Are you
Fine with
trying to
that.
put them out of work?
No, I'm sure she has plenty of work to keep her busy.
Well noted. We shall endeavor to do so.
Okay.
I have an attendee sheet of people in the audience and when they want to speak.
City Clerk, did you pick up an attendance sheet for people that want to speak?
There is no opportunity for anyone to speak tonight.
Because they're
That's
preliminary
right.
hearings?
Okay, well, that's right. All we have is preliminary hearings.
Well, don't we have the issue of Karma Bar and Tapas?
But they're preliminary.
But didn't they surrender their license? I mean,
Well, we have a stipulation on that one.
but doesn't this say they surrendered their license?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're done with them.
Yep.
We have to accept the stipulation, don't we?
Well, we still have the matter of Old Mill Brewery.
Yeah.
There was no stipulation reached in that matter, so it's set for a show cause hearing in December. So there's nothing to consider on that one.
So do we need to move that from the agenda, or is it by default?
You scheduled it at the last hearing, so it's already scheduled for the next hearing. You're good.
So we'll have a show cause hearing for them next month?
Yes.
Okay.
So the next item is Sanders Champ Limited, doing business as Karma Bar in Tapas. I believe we have a suggested stipulation.
We do. The issue before the authority this evening is whether or not the stipulation that was reached between Sanders Champs Limited, doing business as Karma Bar and Tapas, and the City of Littleton should be approved. The exhibits that are coming before the licensing authority is Exhibit A, Authority Communication, Exhibit B, Littleton Police Report 2012-002882, and Exhibit C, Stipulation Agreement or Order. The stipulation and agreement and order that has been reached between the two parties is that the licensee, Sanders Champ Limited, doing business as Karma Bars, does stipulate that the facts as presented in the police report are accurate, that Dustin Wells, an employee or agent of the licensee, sold approximately 15 Fireball shots, 4 vodka and Red Bull drinks, 3 Bud Lights, 10 honey shots, 4 Taka shots, 3 cake shots, 8 flaming Dr. Pepper shots to 1 patron. Per witness accounts, patron was extremely intoxicated, started physical confrontation with other patrons. Per witness accounts, Dustin Wells consumed alcohol with the name patron while working. These facts would constitute violations of Littleton Municipal Code Sections 3210, Section F, 3211A2, 3211A4, Colorado Revised Statutes, Section 1247-901, and Regulation 47-900. For the authorities' knowledge, Dustin Wells did enter guilty plea in Littleton Municipal Court to 3211A2, Conduct and Establishment. The stipulation that has been reached is a voluntary surrender of the liquor license to the authority effective immediately. It is the recommendation of staff that this stipulation be accepted and approved.
I move to approve the stipulation between Sanders Champ Limited, doing business as Karma Bar and Tapas, 5654 South Prince Street, Littleton, Colorado, and the City of Littleton.
Second.
Poll the authority, please.
Authority Member Bradish?
Yes.
Authority Member Gunya?
Yes.
Authority Member Mather?
Yes.
Authority Member Cole?
Yes.
Authority Member Gallagher?
Yes.
Motion is carried. City Attorney, do we have to sign this stipulation now? Do you have a representative of the licensee to sign?
I have a copy that's already been signed by the city prosecutor and the client. It's just awaiting your signature.
Okay. I believe that we're down to agenda item number 18, reports. I don't believe we have any. I make a motion, we adjourn.
1 second. I just want to let everybody know that with the passage of Amendment 64, this job's going to get pretty interesting, I think, in the near future. I assume that's probably going to be on the table for discussion with our study session with City Council next month.
We can. We're going to mostly be focusing on liquor just because Amendment 64, until we get regulations, that sort of framework put in place, we're not really sure what that landscape's going to look like. I did bring for you a summary that the Colorado Municipal League has put out on Amendment 64, as well as a copy of the amendment if you're interested.
Yes, I am.
So, but right now, everyone's just trying to figure out what it means. We are waiting. The Department of Revenue does need to issue regulations by July 1st, 2013. So
2014?
13.
13.
So it will be a little while until we sort of see how they decide to structure this.
Thank you. I have nothing else.
Thank you.
I also add one other update. The Colorado Court of Appeals did affirm the district court's decision in the Canamart decision. They have 14 days or until November 22nd to petition the Court of Appeals for a rehearing, and then they also may petition the Colorado Supreme Court for cert. And if they're going to do that, that needs to be done before December 20th.
Any other items? We have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Thank you.
Adjourn it.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.